A few years ago, Mark, a young man in his early 20s, moved to a small town near a dense forest. He had just started a new job as a park ranger, excited to explore the woods he had always been fascinated by. The locals often warned him about the forest, saying it was easy to get lost, and some even claimed it was haunted. Mark, however, dismissed these stories as mere superstitions. One chilly evening in late autumn, Mark received a call about a group of hikers who had gone missing in the forest. It was getting dark, and Mark knew he had to act quickly. He grabbed his flashlight and gear and set out into the woods to find them. As he ventured deeper into the forest, the air grew colder, and the towering trees seemed to close in around him. Mark followed a faint trail, calling out to the hikers, but received no response. Suddenly, he heard a faint rustling behind him. He turned around, shining his flashlight into the darkness, but saw nothing. Shrugging it off, he continued his search. Minutes turned into hours, and the forest grew eerily silent. Mark was about to give up and head back when he heard a distant, soft crying. It was a woman's voice, echoing through the trees. He followed the sound, hoping it was one of the missing hikers. The crying led him to a small clearing, and in the center, he saw a figure standing with her back to him. "Mom, are you okay?" Mark called out, but the woman didn't respond. She just stood there, crying softly. As he approached her, Mark noticed that she was wearing an old, tattered dress, and her hair was long and matted. Something about her seemed off, but he couldn't quite place it. Mark reached out to touch her shoulder, but as soon as he did, the woman turned around. Her face was not that of a normal person. It was distorted, her eyes hollow and dark, with a twisted grin that sent chills down Mark's spine. He stumbled back, tripping over a root, and fell to the ground. The woman moved towards him, her movements unnatural and jerky, like a puppet on strings. Mark scrambled to his feet and ran, not daring to look back. He sprinted through the woods, heart pounding, until he finally reached the ranger station. He slammed the door shut, panting and shaking. When he reported the incident, his colleagues dismissed it as exhaustion or a trick of the light, but Mark knew what he saw was real. The hikers were eventually found safe, having taken a different route back. However, Mark never ventured into the woods alone again, haunted by the memory of the stranger in the woods with the twisted face.